Sai Ram students, welcome to the second session of chapter 16, that is natural resources. So children, we had before starting today's session, let's revise what we had learnt in the last session. So children, we had seen what are natural resources, right? So air, water, land, these are the factors important for sustaining the living world on the earth and for fulfilling our basic needs. Such resources are called as natural resources. So these natural resources we use in our day-to-day life, and all these natural resources, they are present on the earth, right? And then we saw children about the lithosphere, hydrosphere and the atmosphere. So air is your atmosphere, lithosphere is your land, and hydrosphere is your water. So the earth's lithosphere, it is made up of land, and it is not same, it is not homogeneous, right? Because it is made up of many different types of rocks, right? And in the earth's crust there are various other resources like your minerals, ores, mineral oil, fuel, rocks, water, elements, etc. Right? So children, we also saw that metals, they are obtained by the process of extraction and purification. Also we saw children that the rocks, they contain many types of minerals, right? And these minerals, they are obtained by the process of mining. So mineral wealth, this is an important, it has got an important place in this natural resources, right? Now gold, bismuth, silver, copper, these are the metals which occur in the free state in the nature, right? And the minerals that contain high proportion of metals, those are called as ores, right? And then children, we saw that the properties of the minerals we can identify by their color, by their luster, by their hardness, by the shape, right? And by their cluster or cleavage, by their luster, by their cleavage, or by the streak, right? Then we saw children how minerals are formed. So minerals are formed by various methods, right? So first we saw that minerals are formed from the magma of the earth's crust and the lava which occurs from the eruption of the volcano. So what happens? It cools down and then it gets transformed into crystals. Second method, we saw that by the process of evaporation we get the minerals. Then third, we saw that the minerals, they get transformed into one form to another because of the changes in the temperature and pressure, right? And the fourth one, we saw that some living organisms, they produce inorganic minerals, right? Then children, we saw that there are some minerals like your diamond, ruby, emerald, these are all used as gems, and gems now they are in great demand, right children? So now let's start with today's session. Some deposits of common salt are also found on the earth, and this salt is called as a rock salt. So rock salt, it is used in food and as well as in some medicines, right? Now we are going to see children today about some important minerals and ores. So we are going to see 5 important minerals and ores, that is iron ore, manganese, bauxite, copper and mica, right? So we will see one by one. First one is iron ore. Iron occurring in the impure state is called as the iron ore, right? So iron which is in the impure form, it is not in the pure form, right? So that is called as the iron ore. So iron ore, it is used to make a variety of articles from pins to heavy machinery. So this iron ore which is in the impure form, it is, by that we can make variety of articles. That means many articles we can make, starting from your pins to heavy machineries which are there in the factories, that all can be made by using this iron ore. For example, farming implements, rails of railway tracks, etc. So for farming, some machineries are used. So in that this iron ore is used. Also for the railway tracks, the rails which are there, that is also used, that is also made by using this iron ore. Now there are four main ores of iron, that is magnetite, hematite, limonite and siderite. Right? So what is iron ore? Iron ore, it occurs in the impure state, and that's why it is called as the iron ore. Iron which occurs in the impure state is called as the iron ore, and this iron ore, it is used to make many articles, right from pins to heavy machinery. Right? So examples are your farming implements, that is your farming equipments, whatever machineries are required for farming, then rails of railway tracks, etc. And there are four main ores of iron, that is magnetite, hematite, limonite and siderite. Next is manganese. Now manganese, it occurs in the form of its carbonate, silicate and oxide. So manganese mineral which is there, it occurs in the form of carbonate, like magnesium carbonate, silicate, magnesium silicate and magnesium oxide. Right? So in these forms you can see this manganese. So compounds of manganese are used in the preparation of medicines and for giving a pink tinge to glass. Now compounds of manganese, compounds means, I had told you children, it is formed by the chemical combination of two or more elements. Now just now I told you manganese, you can use it in the form of its carbonate, like magnesium carbonate. So there are two elements, magnesium and carbon. Right? So it is a compound. Right? Same way magnesium silicate also, magnesium and silicon, these both are combined and it forms magnesium silicate. So these compounds of manganese, they are used in the preparation of medicines and also for giving the pink tinge to glass, light pink color which is required for the glass, that is given because of manganese. Manganese is also used in electrical appliances, whatever electrical things are there, in that also manganese is used. So manganese, it occurs in the form of its carbonate, silicate and oxide. Compounds of manganese, they are used in the preparation of medicines and also for giving a pink tinge to the glass. Also it is used in electrical appliances. Now third one is bauxite. Now bauxite, it is the most important ore of aluminium, and this bauxite, it contains 55% aluminium, means more than half bauxite aluminium is present in the mineral bauxite, and it consists mainly of aluminium oxide. Aluminium is a very good conductor of electricity and heat. Right? It is very good conductor of electricity and heat, and that's the reason it is used in the kitchen. Aluminium utensils are used. Right? And bauxite, its density is low, and that's the reason, because its density is low, it is mainly used in aeroplanes, transport vehicles and to make electric wires. So the most important ore, bauxite, it contains the most important ore of aluminium. Right? And this bauxite, it contains 55% aluminium, and mainly this bauxite, it consists of aluminium oxide. And aluminium, it is a very good conductor of electricity and heat. So because its density is low, and that's the reason it is used in cooking, right? In making the kitchen utensils, right? So you can see aluminium utensils are there in everybody's house, and because its density is low, it is used in aeroplanes, transport vehicles and for making electric wires. Next is copper. Copper is found in the impure state in the vicinity of iron and other minerals. Now copper also in the impure state, it is found nearby iron and other minerals, and copper is also a very good conductor of electricity. This copper, it is used to make electric wires, as well as it is used in radios, telephones, vehicles and for making kitchen utensils and statues. Right? So children, you might have seen copper statues, also copper utensils are also used in everybody's house. Right? Electric wires also, which you see nowadays, they are using copper wires only. Right? So copper, it is found in the impure state, right? But where it is found? Near the near some iron or other minerals. And copper, it is a very good conductor of electricity, and that's the reason it is used to make electric wires, and it is also used in radios, telephones, vehicles, for kitchen utensils, and also for statues. Next is mica. Mica is a bad conductor of electricity. Its value depends on the thickness of its layer. In the last session, children, I had shown you the picture of mica, right? So it has got layers on it, right? So its value means the depending upon its thickness, how much thickness is there, that much money you have to pay for mica. And mica, it has got many uses such as Ayurvedic medicines, dyes, electric machines and equipment, wireless communication equipment, etc. So mica, it is a bad conductor of electricity, and depending upon its thickness of the layers, its value, it's decided, right? And it is used in Ayurvedic medicines, and then in dyes, electric machines, equipments, wireless communication equipment, etc. So children, this was about the 5 minerals and ores which we discussed. Now children, tell me, which are the natural resources which are used as fuels? Your coal, oil, natural gas, right? So these are the natural resources which are used as fuels, right? So this was what in today's session, children. Let's recap what we have learnt in today's session. So children, we saw about some important minerals and ores, right? First was your iron ore, second was manganese, third was bauxite, fourth was copper, and fifth was mica. Now iron ore. In iron ore, what we saw, that the iron which is occurring in the impure state is called as the iron ore, right? So there are 4 main ores of iron, that is magnetite, hematite, limonite and siderite, right? So this iron ore, it is used in making many articles like your pins, heavy machinery, etc. Then we saw, children, about manganese. Manganese, it occurs in the form of its silicate, carbonate and oxide, right? And it is always used as a compound, and these compounds, they are used in the preparation of medicines, right, and also in electrical appliances. Then we saw the third component, that is bauxite, right? So bauxite, it contains 55% aluminium, right? And aluminium, it is a good conductor of heat and electricity, and because its density is low, that's why it is used in aeroplanes, transport vehicles and electric wires. Then we saw about copper. Copper is also found in the impure state, near some iron or near some minerals, right? Copper is also a good conductor of electricity, and that's why it is used for making in kitchen utensils, electric wires, etc. And the last one we saw about mica. Mica is a bad conductor of electricity, and depending upon its thickness of layers, its value is decided. So mica is also used in Ayurvedic medicines, electric machines, wireless communication equipment, etc. Then we saw, children, about fuel, right? So fuel, in our day-to-day life, we use various substances for generating energy, and those substances are called as fuels. So fuels, they are obtained in the they are found in the solid, liquid and gaseous state. So in the next session, children, we'll see about the other natural resources. Till then, goodbye.